Hey everyone. Okay, so for this video, I want to get super practical. About 2.5 years ago, I made a transition from doing corporate to essentially working for a nonprofit that allows me to work remotely. And I gotta tell you, I can totally understand if you are struggling to figure it out, to stay productive, to section off your days so that it feels like you can manage, things in the way that you're supposed to. So for this video, I just want to share with you guys a few practical tips to, stay productive and again, find your own rhythm and pace in this new reality that we're all finding ourselves in. Okay, so tip number 1. I know that this is going to be super hard for some people because the tendency is to just want to stay in your pajamas. But I gotta tell you that even though you're not actually going to work, and if you are working online these days, dress up for work. Dress up for work. That's it. Because what happens is that it creates a synaptic connection in our mind that if we take a shower, we basically dress up for work, put a little bit of lipstick on. I do that. What it does is it creates, our brains create an association with the routine. And when we actually do the routine, it allows our brain to create these synaptic connections that basically says, okay, I'm ready for work. And even though I'm just going out into the living room because it's just a habit that's worked for me. And so number 1 is dress for work as if you're actually going outside of the house, but instead you're just really preparing your brain for working and productivity. So that's 1. Number 2 is, this is super important, guys. I prioritize myself in the morning. So first thing in the morning is only for myself. Now, I know for some of you guys, that's really hard with, particularly those of you guys who have families, but if you even just wake up half an hour earlier and get your movement in, get your meditation in, even if it's just 5 minutes, and get your journaling in, whatever it is that you like to do that's only dedicated for you in the morning, it sets you up in a better position throughout the day. Why? Because when we know that we have prioritized ourselves in the morning, it allows us to feel good about prioritizing other people. If you basically put that off, towards the end of the day or in the middle of the day, we will just, we end up getting lost in the shuffle, and then we end up not doing it. And then that's actually when the resentment comes and the burnout and the exhaustion. So if we dedicate it early in the morning, it allows us to feel good about having prioritized ourselves mentally and emotionally, and it prepares us to be able to take care of other people. So finally, the 3rd tip is create energy vortexes all throughout your space. What do I mean by that? Okay, so basically what I've done in my house is I've created different sections of my house that's really designed for the kind of doing that I want to do. So let me just kind of walk you guys through what that means. So here, right here, this is my workout area, my meditation area, and my journaling area. I only allocate time for myself to be able to do it here because what kind of energy we inject in spaces creates that synaptic connections in our brain that primes us to be able to, to basically live inside of that state when we're in that space. Same thing for me. I'll just kind of take you guys to my room. Same thing for me in terms of my desk. Okay, so basically what I've done is, sorry about that. I created this space right here in terms of my desk. It's quite bare, but I will tell you that, it serves a really good purpose, in particular because it's a small space, and that's actually quite intentional because I don't want any clutter around me when I'm trying to focus. This is a space that only has room for my laptop, maybe a bottled water, and then some of my pens, and that's it. The more clutter that we have around ourselves or around our space, the more clutter that we have in our minds. And so actually having a smaller desk allows you to keep things relatively tidy. And the reason why I also have this in the corner of my room is because I don't want any distractions around me. And actually what I do is when I want a little bit of, a little bit of scenery, I just open the blinds, and then here I am. I'm already feeling really expansive in nature. But again, this allows me to just get focused, to not have distractions. And I'll tell you, I actually even put on earplugs, because earplugs allows me to basically, tune out the noise. Okay guys, so that's really what I have. Those are the 3 effective tips I have in terms of finding your pace and rhythm while working from home. I hope that helps, guys. So much love and light to all of you wherever you are.